Thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I think to get myself started, I'm going to, I could save you a lot of time and just say ditto to Andrew's presentation. Getting groups of people to talk using DHI records is the goal of my presentation also. So very good job, Andrew, and hopefully I can do the same. The other piece I wanted to mention just quick is most of this presentation comes from things that I've learned or those of us at AgSource have learned from coming to the ICAR event. The hallway conversations, watching the presentations. So very little original idea in here, and I want to thank you again because it is working at AgSource. So I'll get started from there. Just a quick update or a quick background. Our members at AgSource are a very diverse group, 30 cow dairies on up to very large dairies. And you would think, and yes, there is management differences, but yet all these groups or all these dairies are demanding decision makers. They need to use information to make these decisions. They're all busy people. They have families. They have a quality of life they want to maintain. And if it's their job to create the information, which is already being given to our central database, that takes up a lot of their time. So what they're expecting of us is the delivery of good information that will assist them in making decisions or reviewing the progress of past decisions. So what do we have to do then? We've developed what we call the value-added business plan, and basically what it says is the company needs to have a focused brand strategy. The product that we deliver must have value. It must have some extra value beyond butter, fat, protein, how many pounds of milk each cow gave. There has to be some management piece to that information. The other piece we found is all employees must believe in that value so that the message is sent each and every time we touch that dairy operation. So what has happened from this value-added model, working directly with the members? The member has increased satisfaction and utilizes the material or the products that we're delivering, the management reports, at a higher level. Obviously, what that creates is improved company performance. And through it all, and through the presentation, I want to make sure that I impress that the improved employee morale, the employee going face-to-face with the dairy or the consultants that we're going to talk about in just a minute, they need to understand the direction of the operation, which we talked about in the triangle form, and that creates a motivation for each and every employee. And we're all motivated in the same direction. We're delivering a better product to the member from that standpoint. How do we analyze that? What you're looking at here is a layout of a 12-month average, and I just took off April because that was the month I put this slide set together. So in April of 2004, we averaged about 89% of the cattle that were called actively enrolled in DHI or in animal milk recording with AgSource. 89% of those actually tested on an average month. You can see as we broke down, or as we get into our value-added program, those numbers drastically improve. Now, we're not milk price and recession proof. If you look at 09 and 10, and actually 09 was the lower milk price, but it took some time for the dairies to recover again in 2010. But when we compared 10 to 2004, obviously there's a drastic improvement even in a low milk price time. So we would take a look at this information and say that our value-added program is working for AgSource. So that works with the member, all of that. Now it's our mission to our target audience is the consultants, the other consultants that are working with each of these members. The reproduction manager, the feed consultant, the hoof trimmer, the veterinarian, loan officer, dairy co-op representative, and again, I applaud Andrew for the work you've done with that group, and again, the egg source field technician. Our product needs to reach and touch these individuals so that they feel comfortable in using the egg source product or report to help them assist the dairy in managing that herd. So to understand and to work with a consultant, we need to understand what their goals are, what each of these individuals is striving to do. And it's no different than what all of us are striving to do. They need to establish a working relationship. They need to prove value in their product. If the product they're delivering, in this case consulting, isn't of value, if they don't have that expertise, they're in trouble. Differentiate from the competitors. There's more than one consultant in each area, and they are competitors, so they need to be able to differentiate their product from the others. They need to demonstrate how their products and services are working to improve that farm's productivity or efficiency, plain and simple. So what we've noticed in some recent years is this desire to differentiate, and that's an important word in this presentation. The desire to differentiate, consultants may move toward individualized reporting systems. So what they're doing is creating their own reporting system that the other consultants don't have. This is mine, this is why I'm different. This is why you need to come and buy my services. Obviously, if that reporting system, if they're not using our milk recording reports and records and products, the dairy themselves will say, why am I doing this on a monthly basis if my consultant isn't using this report? So right away our perception of value is greatly decreased. The other piece of this is when we visit with the consultants that have started down this road, is they spend hours and hours at night. During the day they need to be face-to-face to the herds they're consulting with. They spend hours and hours at night creating these individualized differentiating reports. In the end, the delivery of that report is really the same delivery of an egg source report, but they've tried to create their name to it. So they've lost efficiency, they've decreased the perceived value of DHI. The other piece of this, if the herd is working with different consultants for different reasons, one for genetics and reproduction, one with the bank, one with nutrition, they're going to get a multiple set of reports back. While they're going to be close, each report has a little different number to it, a little different preg rate, a little different this, a little different that. That ends up confusing the customer in the end, to all of us. So, egg source course of action, obviously, we try to get the consultant to use the egg source reports, reduces redundancy, saves that consultant time that we talked about, and it standardizes the review process. It also sets up, when we think of the busy schedules of all the individuals involved, that test date, the day that we show up and do the milk recording, creates a perfect time to schedule off of. So everything can become a scheduled event. And the data is coming from the same independent source. So all the data used from all the consultants is the same. A big piece of this, obviously, if we want the consultant to use our reports, is we need to stop by, visit, offer training, work with them in the development of the report. This report is our herd summary, and Genix Cooperative Employees from Genix Cooperative and employees from ABS Global helped us create this report. So we're trying to work back and forth to create reports they're going to find value in because they helped us develop that report. All right. Another report is what we call the Fresh Cow Summary. And again, what we're looking at here is it provides both a current and a historic picture. So the consultant's going to like that. Provides trends in key areas that are listed here, and it provides a measure for consistency of fresh cow management. So it's a nice product to lay out with the consultant or consulting group and say, how are we doing? How have we been doing? Where are the trends? It does benchmark also. So then we want to move on to step 2, and we talk about demonstrating database benchmarking capabilities. These are products that obviously we need to provide some training on, but the whole goal here, excuse me, is to set a direction and a plan. And that's the consultant's goal. And they're able to use these products to do that, whether it be nutrition, financial, genetic. They can set a plan, and the important part here toward the bottom is they can verify performance. So they can start to differentiate themselves, saying, herds that I work with, your herd included, are in this category, and here's our benchmarks against the entire database at AgSource. So when you get back to comparing this style of differentiating versus all of that work every night trying to create that product, they're in better shape here, time-wise. Another product that we're working off of is the herd report card. And again, this product provides producers and their consultant a tool for identifying how they compare to peer groups in 5 different key areas. So they can set this down. We deliver this product once every 6 months because it's a tracking product. Delivering it every month would be a bit of overkill. But it does track progress against similar herds. So if you're a 200 cow herd, you're going to get compared to other herds of your like size. If you're 500 cows, a little different comparison group. One of the first products that we came out with in our value-added approach is the Profit Opportunity Analyzer. And what this does is it uses DHI data to illustrate the big picture of where producers should focus time to reap the highest profits. Everyone likes to have a piece, or there's a piece of everything that we do, and dairy owners are no different, or dairy farmers. What this allows them to do is really see where they should be focusing time, maybe not always where they like to focus time. But the big towers are the areas that we need to work on. What it does is it underscores the value of working with the DHI team to provide data to a central system. Because of the size of the database we're working off of, we can provide this report back to the consultant and to the dairy, and they can benchmark against a real sizable database. Step 3. Networking with consultants to produce the new products and reports. And again, echoing much of what Andrew said, what this allows us to do, this step-by-step process, is actually work back and forth with the consultant, giving us the chance to bounce ideas off them for our new products, giving them the chance to bounce ideas off of us, and building that rapport or that networking relationship so there's due respect delivered both ways. We think we're saving the consultants' time when we think about all the time they were spending developing their own individualized reports, and we're delivering a better product from that relationship. So, new ideas for the future, assistance in delivery and execution. I think that's a nice piece to this. Through this, AgSource is not the only one trying to deliver our product. The consultant gets used to that time testing schedule, they get used to the product coming to them, and delivering it on a time schedule. So the dairy needs to test to get that done. Thank you. So, you know, in essence, what it does is it just lays out this nice package program for us that the herd understands the value, again, of DHI, or of milk recording. And we have an improved industry member-customer relationship. And again, I get back to, and really don't want to, well, obviously I haven't understated it because I've said it a number of times, the employee morale of that employee going to the dairy, feeling confident and visiting with the on-herd consultants really is the driver of the egg source product and delivery points. So, not that we're perfect, but when it's all working, it looks something like this. This is a veterinarian from Northwest Wisconsin, and what he's doing is delivering a message of how to use our udder health management packaged reports in conjunction with PCR testing to lower your somatic cell score, improve milk quality. A 2-hour event and talk followed by questions, and like I say, not that we're perfect, but when we pull this off and we pull it off right, we basically have to pry the dairy owners out of the door that day because they're allowed that contact to a veterinarian, and all the questions and networking that goes on is just great and amazing. Thank you very much for your time and patience.